Hey, welcome to the Snark Podcast. Wow. Hey, how's it going? Did anything happen? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think a single thing occurred. So that's the end of the show. Bye, guys.
Well, that's it. Oh, that's all it is.
Easy work. Yeah. Easy work today.
Sorry. Cash this in.
Easy day in the office.
No, so I don't know. The Oscars happened. I didn't watch them.
Do you ever watch them?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched the Oscars.
I definitely used to.
I don't think I've never been remotely curious.
Was probably 2014 when Birdman won Best Picture. And I think Creed came out that year, if I'm not mistaken, and the Best Supporting Actor did not go to Sylvester Stallone, and that pissed me off because that was like literally his last shot to get anything. And
Creed won? Doesn't he have an Oscar already?
No, Creed didn't win. I was just saying Creed came out that year, and then there was
Best Supporting Actor has an Oscar though. He got one for Rocky, literally.
Maybe for writing.
For Rocky, literally, yeah.
I think for writing. I don't think for acting though. If I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. I literally don't know. I don't know.
The fact that you're not even trying to assume anything, you're just like, I don't know.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, why am I even going to say I think when I really don't know? Like, sounds good. It sounds like that's a thing, but.
So he has 3. He has Best Original Screenplay in 1977, Best Actor in 1977, and Best Supporting Actor in 2016.
Yeah, I know he.
Okay, that's fake. I didn't even. I mean,
because he got it in what you call it. He got Best Supporting in Creed 2. I'm pretty sure. Because Creed 2, he was really good in Creed 2, like actually like great.
Wasn't he like barely in that?
In Creed 2, he had cancer. He was very part of it. He was very much so in it.
I thought that was the first one.
The first one he was just fine. The second one he got cancer.
Is it?
I'm not mistaken.
You're probably
he won Best Supporting Actor in 2016.
2016. Oh no, so he did win it then. I guess
that was whichever. I thought he was nominated.
Let me see.
What the hell's going on here, man? Did I just dream everything up? Like, is my entire
you just got
life
it all wrong.
Is my entire life a fucking lie, dude?
Derek got the whole fucking thing wrong.
Everything that I think I know is wrong. My fucking name.
He didn't get anything. It's like, Derek, in fact, he got everything that year, Derek. He did great that year.
He fucking killed it. I was mad for no reason.
Oh, I guess he doesn't have anything. Wait.
Okay.
What is this list?
Maybe those are nominations?
Yeah, but like it says, okay, so here's what I Googled, right? Here's what it is. It says, does Sylvester Stallone have an Oscar? And then underneath it says Sylvester Stallone Academy Awards 2016.
Those are Academy Awards, not Oscars. They're different.
No, that's what the Academy Awards are.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes. Academy Awards. That's why they say I'd like to thank the Academy. It's literally
that's true.
It's literally the Academy Awards.
I actually have no idea why it's called the Oscars. I don't even know why.
I learned it at like a museum. Like I went to like some film museum and it was like, oh, and I guess it just wasn't interesting enough to stick with me.
Thought it was like something had to do with Oscar De La Hoya or something.
No, I think some guy named Oscar made it or something, and it's literally that simple.
I'm
and
sure.
It's really
I'm sure
not
it is.
Interesting at all. And it's I don't even think it's like a particularly important Oscar. It's not even like of the Oscars that exist, it's the Grouch, Kokoschka, and then this guy. So there really wasn't much going on.
Why is it so? I just want to find it because it does. Like, when you pull it up on Google, it does say that 2016 he won for Best Supporting Actor.
Isn't it crazy how useless Google is?
Google
it's incredible
to work. Just like if you noticed, search engines on almost any platform now is not really about finding results. It's almost like, say, if you look at YouTube, for example, 4 to 6 videos down, it already gives you suggestions for other shit that you have no interest in finding. So really, it just, here's a couple of things you might find. Oh, maybe you found what you're looking for in the first few search results, but then it tries to trip you up immediately. And if you scroll endlessly, it'll then finally go to, oh, I'll curate something specifically that you're looking for a long list. It's useless. It's absolutely.
Yeah, I know. It might as well be you have a genuine, serious question, and then you Google it, and then there's no response at all. Yeah, might as well be that.
You can't ask Google things that are not objective. You can't ask like if it has to be like a straight up like a scientific answer. You'd be like, why? How much does 3 pounds of feathers weigh? And they'll give you 4 pounds somehow. And you'll be like, well, that was no point of me Googling this. It lied to me.
It'll give you nothing because it doesn't respect you enough to give you a response.
It'll give you a whole fucking song and dance instead of the response.
God forbid.
Creed came out in 2016, I guess. And then that's what I thought he didn't win. I swear he didn't win. I thought like he got snubbed.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought some like there was some gay shit that came out that year that won.
Jackpot.
Like it was like Dallas Buyers Club or something like that, or man, like
it's always some gay shit, dude.
It's always. You gotta if you do some gay shit, I did like that one thing that they did on Tropic Thunder, where it's like if you play like someone retarded, you're sure to get the nod for like half retarded, I guess, like funny. So pretty much somebody autistic. But if you go, if you go full retard,
you're a joke. You become a joke. You go full retard, you go home.
The way he explains it, and like in such a serious tone too, is so funny. Like he's just like, well, you gotta go half retarded. Luke retarded.
RDJ is so fucking talented, bro. Like, have you guys seen Oppenheimer?
I actually haven't.
He kills it in that movie, man. Yeah, he's really so good in that movie. It's crazy.
Did he put like the bomb in his chest or something? Did he like? He's like,
he was like Zyhugan, and he opened his chest, and a light came out. And I was like, he's even better now as Iron Man. It's insane. He splayed himself open right in front of everybody, man.
That's what I want to do with movies. I want to just ruin them. I want to make like a good movie for like 75, 3/4 of the way in. And then it's fucked. It turns into like Oppenheimer is a masterpiece, and then all of a sudden it becomes Iron Man with the bombs being shoved into his chest, and then he's fighting some giant mechanical fucking Godzilla or some shit. And then people are like, "What the fuck is this?" And they walk out of the movie theater.
So disrespectful to film, but
like,
so fun to make.
I was watching a movie where it gets so bad so late in that you can't really walk out.
You have to.
You know what I mean? Where it's like you've already been here for an hour and 30 minutes. To walk out now would be an objective waste of your money, even no matter how bad it gets. So like you're going to sit there and you're going to stay there and you're going to just accept. It's like, oh yeah, I'm watching Oppenheimer, and then in the last 20 minutes, the Burger King shows up and starts killing everybody in the courtroom.
The Burger King,
and then just there's turns like into the last Mimsy.
It's it's gotta be worse than just like bad tropes though. I feel like it has to be just like really like out of pocket,
like so fucking
it's the Michelin Man. And he just exists in this universe now, and he's impacting world history.
It's funny because I was thinking about this because I just watched for the first time I watched Band of Brothers, that miniseries on HBO, and all I was thinking about of how well done this is, and how like they're telling the stories of these veterans and shit, and all I was thinking of was, man, I just want in like the last episode that Hitler like turns into one of those giant monsters in Power Rangers or something, like Rita Repulsa's real and like makes them grow, and they have to fight like a giant Hitler at the very end. Like I just wanted to completely disrespect this entire, like this miniseries because it's beautifully done, and I was like, nah, you gotta fucking ruin this shit, bro. You gotta ruin this shit.
The idea of fighting a giant Hitler late game is crazy to me. Like he's wilding on you too, like giant Hitler is strong. And you're like, this guy is he's like a Gundam. This is insane.
Like it would just make me so fucking happy to that's the director I would be. But I guess you can only do that one time because now everybody expects you to do that. So it's not going to be as good. Like everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, well obviously I'm watching this movie completely with no suspension of disbelief because I am anticipating when it's going to turn into something insane versus, the first time you watched one of my films and then it like, you thought this is fucking amazing. And then all of a sudden everyone just for no reason explodes and the movie ends. Like it just ends like everybody
no
like
good reason.
Like imagine like Titanic, right? Like it just like ship cracks, but then like a fucking alien picks up the boat and they take it to another dimension and save them. You know, like it's just so like, wait, what? Like, oh God, we're saved, but now they're like on another planet. Now they have to figure out they're on fucking Arrakis or whatever. Now they have to figure out how to fucking survive. They're like, damn, nigga, it was cold, but now it's hot as shit. What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? Fucking Jack's submerged in sand. He's submerged in sand instead of the water. He's like, damn, this is kind of hot.
The idea of the temperature changing, bro. The idea of the temperature blatantly changing in the middle of a movie like Dude is crazy. It's like, it's real hot. And then like 3 scenes in someone throws a cup of water into the air and then it gets real cold. It's like, what happened to this movie? Like, everything made so much sense a few minutes ago.
I have to believe in another dimension. That's exactly what is happening. That's essentially what movies are. There is no like masterpieces in beautiful cinema. It's about how much could you disrespect. Like art is disrespect. That's essentially what art is in that universe. So it's all about doing like what we would consider the most disrespectful thing ever. But to them, that's what real art is. So we go there, we somehow make it to that parallel universe, and everything is just stupid as fuck. Like you can't enjoy anything. Everything is stupid. You want to play a video game, watch a movie or anything. It's just like, oh, this is fucking terrible. And then you try to do things your way. Like you do Mass Effect. You try to show them Mass Effect 2 and they're like, this is fucking stupid. What the hell is this? Like it isn't like,
yeah.
Why?
They just don't accept it at all.
Yeah.
What's up with all these gay alien love things? What's up with all this gay stuff?
Yeah, like why is I don't.
Why is there a narrative?
Yeah, like what is this?
Why does
Talizora have big breasts?
They don't even understand.
Like, what's up with Liara? Why she blue? Because it's an alien. Ill. Aliens in this? That's gay.
Makes it
tear down every aspect of it.
It's weird that you have things evolve on other planets. I don't like that. I don't like that concept at all. I think if it were me, I think I would have all the planets grow wieners and start having gay sex with each other. I think that's
honestly. And he's the fucking Scorsese of that universe.
Yeah,
he's the Scorsese. It's like, what did he just say?
They have like an Alfred Hitchcock equivalent. And it's just like it's the same movie as it's what the Birds is, but it's just
the dicks.
It's just dicks flying around, and then there's no plot at all. It's just footage of dicks flying around in the sky in black and white. And then Hitchcock shows up for like 3 frames, and then it goes back to the dicks. That's the entire
penis is flying through the air, slapping people in the face,
and it's called
just clapping people in the cheeks.
Get ready for this. It's called Dicks.
And everybody in the theater is clapping their hardest. People are crying.
They're screaming. It's the most impressive thing they've ever seen. Their Bible is just
cinema actually gets revived.
What is their Bible?
I can't even fucking fathom what their Bible would be. What a Bible would be in a universe where, like, what would the Sistine Chapel be in a world where art it's just a bunch of fucking doodles.
It's doodles and
like
piss.
It's like the cardboard. Urine. You know the card. You know what a lot of people's notebooks look like in high school when, like, specifically like the cardboard back.
Yeah.
How like everybody would like draw a bunch of shit on them. That would be like. You'd look up in this fucking cathedral. No, it wouldn't even be a cathedral because there would be no respect for a cathedral. It would just be a box.
True. That is true.
It'd be a box.
And their Bible, their Bible is the when you draw like on the a book, the flip. You what is it called when you do the
fliporamas?
Yeah.
Fliporamas.
This is that. It's just a stick figure jacking off. Like that's the Bible. He just flipped
and
through
busting
it.
big. He's busting big. Like it's a big bus. It's like a big, like he's got Kamehameha coming out of his cock, like a big one. And they're like, "Yo, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life." He's like,
dude,
"Really? I didn't think I could be an artist."
Think about that shit. When's the last time you've done that? It's had to have been
like
fucking
doodled something stupid.
Like say done because you would have books in school and shit or whatever, And say as an adult, you probably wouldn't desecrate your books, right? You probably wouldn't draw on them. So thinking of when's the last time I'd done that was probably to a school book, like something where you just drew some dumb shit in it, or, you know, you tell people to flip to page 69 and then you draw like hentai or something like that, or whatever. Sometimes like those were the good days, man. Those are the good days.
Yeah.
I really look back at like my youth and realize how shitty little kids are, but also how genuinely stupid they are. Like, because little kids, they're not as dumb as we make them out to be, but they aren't smart. They aren't smart people. So you really have to word by word them through things. But that's like, because I think I was smarter than my grandmother thought I was, but not much. Like, I can understand the concept of things she would say to me, but I had no wisdom or insight to be able to motion through half the stuff. Because our parents are often right about a lot of the shit we think is so stupid when we were younger. And then we're like, damn. They were right.
Yeah, they were right about some shit, man. I don't know.
Some of it they were right about. Some of it they were just hard asses on for no reason because they were raised like that.
Yeah. I feel like
some of it they were just right, and you were like, "Damn, dude, they were actually right about that." I just feel kind of stupid now looking back and arguing about this.
It is. I do remember, like everybody. Yeah, there's a kid. It reminds me of a Louis C.K. One of his jokes about his daughter trying to say that Fig Newtons are called Pig Newtons, and she was so like adamant. She was so arrogant about no, it's Pig Newtons, and even though it reminds me of that. I like that joke because it is funny when kids get like that, because I can probably remember thoughts of me having moments like that were like, no, I remember. It just came to my head. I remember, and this was just like a Mandela, because they made a joke, a Ghostbusters joke in what was that? The Space Jam, where Bill Murray comes out and he's gonna play, and then I forgot who says it. Elmer Fudd or somebody says it, and like, who is that? Dan Aykroyd. And for some reason that stuck in my head as a kid, thinking that like that was actually Dan Aykroyd and not Bill Murray. And so I remember talking to my teacher being like, oh yeah, like, that Dan Aykroyd's in that movie. And she's like, no, that's Bill Murray. And me being so confident, and she's like looking at me like, you're a stupid fucking dumbass kid. Like, shut the fuck up. So she fast forwards all the way to the credits and then shows that it says Bill Murray.
That's vile.
Just to be like, shut up, you little dumb fucking kid.
That's I'm like, pretty fucking mean.
You got to do it, though. The fact that I had the arrogance to slack like I knew what I was talking about, like as if I grew up with Ghostbusters or some shit when I'm a little bitch-ass kid, and she literally grew up with it as a kid. And I'm like, oh, fucking oh.
She ethered you. She didn't have to ether you, though. She didn't have to scorch you like that.
It put me in my place, and it humbled me into a way to be like, oh yeah, I am 7 years old. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know? Like,
oh yeah, there's a lot going on in the world that I have no clue about. I'm 7, dude. I'm still afraid of the dark. I just realized that. Nighttime is still terrifying to me. Jesus
I was
Christ.
fucking with in probably at 5-6 years old. I was fucking with what do you call it? Night lights.
Night lights.
I was fucking with night lights around. You know what, dude? You know what bothered me? There was a fucking movie called Little Nemo or something, and there was like the what was it? The main villain was like the not the pajama king. No, I can't remember. But he was just some fucking. It's probably the silliest shit now. If I watch it, I haven't seen it since I was young. But like, it was like some demon dude, and it like actually scared me. And I think it was he was like all shrouded in darkness and shit. And like, I remember that scaring me, wanting to have my fucking light on. And it's probably the wackest shit. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, no, it's probably very dumb. It reminds me of the Indian in the Cupboard, that movie where they kick a hamster down the stairs. They kick a hamster down the stairs in that movie.
They murder a hamster.
Really baffled by it. It's just this entire scene dedicated to this hamster getting kicked down the stairs. I'm not even joking, but yeah, a lot of those things that used to scare. I don't know. I think about the flying monkeys a lot from Wizard of Oz. They freaked me the fuck out. It was like really upsetting.
The idea of monkeys in the air makes me unsettled, but like I don't get scared. I don't like it, but I'm not like I can't. This can't be.
My parents took me to this I don't remember if it was Broadway or what, but I think it was. It was like some Broadway version of The Wizard of Oz. I think I've told the story before, but like they had like the flying. I don't know. Are the flying monkeys in Wicked?
They are in Wicked for a part.
Then it's probably Wicked. Then, but like I remember because I loved The Wizard of Oz when I was a kid. Apparently, like I watched the shit out of it, and I could memorize it like from. I knew the script like beginning to end.
Oh wow!
Apparently,
that's crazy.
And so they took me to see Wicked. And they had the flying monkeys, but like they were like wired to go like through the audience basically, like and above you.
That's not okay.
And I was like 6 or something, and I was like, this is terrifying because they are no longer confined to a screen or not even confined to a stage. They are now reaching out at me and flying over me. None of this is okay. And I freaked out and we left.
There's no way I could do that and not grab a kid. Like I would have to grab one of the children while I'm flying by them. I would have to. I wouldn't take him far, but I'd grab and pick him up a little bit. And the kid would be like, ah, and I'd let him go. I would drop into his parents' arm. When are you going to get a chance to do something like that again? You know, like you gotta terrorize the child.
When are you going to get the chance to traumatize the kid for life? Absolutely.
You got to do it. I know it sounds really fucked up, but like, come on, dude.
I allow it. You know, it is fucked up, but it's just the right amount of fucked up to where I'm like, a little bit of therapy, he'll get over it. He'll get over it pretty quick. It's like
he definitely have like a sleepless night or two, but he'll be fine.
No, he'll be fine. Yeah, nothing really happened to him, so that's actually pretty good.
Exactly.
Hey, speaking of the Oscars, there is one thing that I noticed that have you heard of a thing called humiliation rituals?
No.
Yeah, so I've heard about this. So I've heard about this before for years. I never believed it, but Cat Williams brought it back into the mainstream from being on Shannon Sharp's podcast and Joe Rogan's podcast, where enable for you to be rich and successful in Hollywood, you have to go through a humiliation ritual, and typically it's for comedians. It's coincidentally that they have to wear a dress at some point. It's typically that's what they say. At some point, usually in sketch comedy or in comedy films or whatever, you're going to have to cross-dress or do something like that. And that is your humiliation ritual. Then you can finally step it up to the next level. I've always thought that was stupid for one reason. They're, normies, mainstream, people that find like the dumbest shit funny. They love that stuff. They love Big Mama's House. They love it, like anything that has like, oh, you put on a dress and it's so funny. Like people have found that funny for forever. It's kind of easy. It's like it's like a cheap pop in wrestling where you say you're in New York and you go, "What's up, New York?" and then everybody cheers and shit, and they're not cheering for you. They said where I'm from, kind of a thing. And so like it's just the cheap thing to do. Throw on a dress, it's hilarious. No effort. People are gonna enjoy it. And so, but they're saying it's the Illuminati doing a thing. So apparently, John Cena did his humiliation ritual. This makes no sense for 1,000 reasons. But yeah. So he went on the Oscars. He went on stage naked, just butt ass naked, looking fucking amazing because all he does is pump his ass full of steroids and work out. That's all he does. And so he looks great. And I was thinking, if you're John Cena, you want people to see you like this. This is your excuse, right? He did a movie a long time ago called Trainwrecked or whatever with Amy Schumer, butt ass naked scene, looking jacked as ever. I mean, of course. Why wouldn't you want that if that's what you're working towards? So, but that's what all the crazy people are saying online now, that they did it to him. And there's people making compilations of like, oh, so here's this person and this actor, and then I've been seeing this shit every time I log on Twitter, and it sucks because
in fact, I saw John Cena throw up all over Amy Schumer in that movie. It was insane. She touched him. He was like, oh, and he repeated himself all over her. Then the movie they kept shooting. They didn't even clean her up. They just kept shooting the movie. They went right into the rest of the film, dude.
So that sounds like my kind of movie.
Yeah. So the idea is that there's like a grand conspiracy to
humiliate actors, I guess, for reasons.
I don't get it.
For reasons.
That's the whole thing. They never finish the thought, though. They never finish it. And I'm like, okay, why, though? I'm always like, why? And then they're like, oh, well, you asked them
to embarrass them, obviously.
Like, for what reason? What is that going to do?
To embarrass them.
Also, is it embarrassing?
It's not. That's the problem.
Like, the idea is just like, oh, it's only comedians for some reason. It's like, well, it's because comedians are the ones who would do that because they want to make people laugh.
That's why they're
it's funny to see. It's funny. It's funny to see that. It's funny to see fucking. It's funny to see, Robin Williams dressed as an old woman in a movie.
Right.
It's funny.
Like
seeing someone built like John Cena in a dress is fucking hilarious.
Like they won't.
Aside from my boner.
Yeah, they don't put that thought together. They don't notice that it's like pretty much exclusively. It's like almost exclusively comedic actors doing it.
Yeah.
Like they don't put that together. Or it's like you don't see George Clooney or like say just think of like
Leo.
You'll see. Yeah, like you don't see
that.
Usually more serious actors doing it, but there are exceptions. Obviously, there's obviously exceptions for I'm gonna play like a trans woman in this role, or I'm gonna Willem Dafoe in Boondock Saints, where he fucking dresses up as and then and he's gay, but he's also not gay in that movie where he smashes that like twink Asian. And then he asks to cuddle, and he calls him like a fag or something.
I love that.
I love him in that movie so much, dude.
After fucking a dude, he calls him a fag. That was my favorite.
That interview where he's talking about like he's gay, but he loves art. He's interesting. I love that video.
I love Willem Dafoe because he seems like the nicest villain ever. Like he gives off such a friendly villain energy.
He can't help it.
Like the kind of guy that like he'll patch you up, but he'll also put a bomb in you. Like he just like, why? He's like, I want to see what makes you tick.
There's that video too of him doing that fit check in New York City, where those kids go up to him and
right.
Like, fit check.
Right.
And he goes like, he's like, I don't know where I got these.
Oh my god, dude.
Meanwhile, most of it's Dior. He has mostly Dior on. It's just like, I don't know, maybe a few dollars.
You just unlocked like lore for me that I forgot about. I completely forgot about that. I'm gonna go watch the shit out of that after we're done.
The funniest ones were obviously because they're older. It's him and Giancarlo Esposito have the two funniest ones. Because Giancarlo Esposito's wearing like a $75,000 suit, just like walking down New York City. And then we were like, where do you get this from? He's like, I don't know, man. This is from somewhere in Europe. I paid a lot for it.
Yeah.
This hat is worth probably more than your mortgage. I'm like, damn, dude, why are you walking around with that much money on your clothes?
I don't know how
that's in your clothes. That's insane to me.
It's confident.
That's not. I don't know how confident that is really though.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's because of the fact that they don't dress like normal people anymore. They don't do that. Like when they're going somewhere to go out to eat, like, oh, dress fancy. They're like, all right, cool. I guess I'll crack out this.
I guess what I'm saying is though, like I look at like the suit's fine. Like I'm looking at it, but it doesn't look.
It doesn't look
75.
You would have to know.
Like,
you'd have to know.
But the thing is that
you would have to know, and if you would have
That's
to know,
the
and if you know, then you're not going to take it from him. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? You're going to mug him for a suit? If you already know how expensive that suit is, chances are you're somebody who has a suit that expensive anyway.
Yeah.
Like
that's,
so, like
I agree.
I guess you got to.
The thing is that wearing clothes that cost that much in the first place.
I guess
my brain starts to make hiccups. So it's like, why do you have clothes that cost that much money?
Well, because obviously, so mostly it's for two things, right? It's just like I'm sure we've all experienced this. Like once you get to a certain level of recognition or whatever, you start getting free shit and things that
does
like
happen too. Yes.
Yeah, like things that you normally wouldn't buy, or so like. Those suits like that, shit like that, given for free. And also, they usually have enough money to where that stuff is like buying a $200 suit to a normal person. You know, like a normal person's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Spend a few $100 on a suit.
It is about the dopamine hit of spending money on something that you perceive to be equivalent to that value in some way. And I think that value changes depending on what you're, you know, if you have like $50 million, you know, buying a suit, an expensive suit that's like $700 probably doesn't feel the same as buying a suit that costs like $75K.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But it would be equivalent on that scale because of just like, well, this is percentage wise about, not exactly. Obviously, the math is not exactly the same, but
man, every time
I feel like that makes sense.
Every time I hear every time I hear 50 million, it makes me think because we were doing like an exercise of putting $1 billion into perspective, just kind of like, because I feel like the average person just doesn't appreciate how much money that is.
Oh, no, I don't think the average person, I don't think there's a single person who understands how much money that is.
Like,
I think people that have it don't understand.
When you break it
down, they don't understand.
Well, what I mean is just how, like, when you hear, like, say, you hear somebody like, a Bezos or a Musk or something has over 100 billion, like, well over, hundreds of billion. When you think about that, and I was just like, $50 million is 5% of 1 billion. You think of, like, how low of a percentage 5% of anything is? You're like, that is so fucking mad. It's madness because $50 million is already generational wealth for a long time. And that's 5% of $1 billion. And it makes my head like spin where I'm like, how could anybody possibly be allowed to own that much money? It's just sitting there depreciating actually. And it's just wild. It's wild to think about because I'm like, damn, nigga, I can use 50 million and that wouldn't affect a billionaire in any way, shape, or form. But obviously they want to keep their money, right? Like you still want to be, hey, it's my money, nigga. But like, I was like, damn, if you just put 50 billion in my pocket right now, you literally would not notice. And my family has changed forever, for all eternity, for just that 5%. It's so nuts, dude.
It's insane thinking about. Once you start thinking about money, your brain, like, for a person that is not very wealthy to think about money, it literally drives you insane because there's so much of it, yet there's none of it. It's so much, yet none at the same time. And there's a conundrum that makes no sense. Like for someone to have to be worth over like $1 billion is genuinely ludicrous.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like being a millionaire, you could live your life extremely comfortably and never use all your money. Ever. Yeah. And you can live a comfortable life. Where you do whatever you want, you go out, you go on private jets, you don't go on shopping sprees like every weekend, as long as you don't spend like not buying cars and shit. You can just buy nice clothes all the time. It's insane.
That's one thing I didn't mention in my dictatorship episode that we did on Snark Tank. If you're a member of the Snark Tank for $5, snarktank.com. Why do I keep doing that? Patreon.com/Snark Tank. I keep putting it backwards. So Patreon.com/Snark Tank. $5. We have our extra ammo episodes like. And so one of the episodes, Chris already did his dictatorship. I did mine. Swing's going to do his next. And the one thing that I would have mentioned is that I think I would cap probably salary. I'd probably cap things at like $10 million. I feel like after you make 10 million, you got to like you're taxed 90% of every dollar. And that sounds absurd, but it was actually way more strict back in the post World War II.
The New Deal.
Where the equivalent is being taxed at after $3 million. It would be 90% of every dollar after around 3 million. That was the equivalent of what it was back then, which had the most economic growth, all the booming, all the great shit that old people remember when shit was good. Yeah, when fucking the rich were actually taxed correctly.
Yeah. It's funny how that works.
Yeah, right.
It's funny how that tends to shake up that way.
Mm-hmm.
They loved it then. They loved also that came out of it. They just didn't like the words they were hearing.
Well,
as soon as they hear the words like, "No, you're taking our money," it's like you hear what I'm saying.
They're just being brainwashed by the millionaires and billionaires, right? Like even like I heard a Joe Rogan hear that explanation. He was like, "That's fucking crazy talk," and I'm like, how is that? It literally worked. How is that crazy talk? You just want to keep all of your money. So you do stupid shit like Elon Musk, you open up a fucking, here's the Musk Foundation or whatever, and then you just shuffle money around and then you get to keep billions more of your money instead of
literally
paying your
ends up
fucking
right
taxes.
back in your pocket because you're just moving it. You're moving it around in a pool. It's so fucking stupid.
Meanwhile, if I'm late on my taxes, they fucking try to garnish my shit and they do nothing to this fuck. It's like, come on, bruh. Come on. How we getting fucked this hard? But anyway,
with the quickness, they'll garnish your pay with the fucking hurry upness, bro.
They'll fucking like a JP do a little snap, fucking all of a sudden,
and the little shadow comes out and takes your money.
The shadow just takes your fucking money.
Insane, bro. I get so mad. I get so mad when I talk to people about stuff like that. It's like, dude, what are you talking? Did you hear him on fucking him and Elon Musk recently on one of his podcasts? And he was like, I'd vote for Trump over for Biden. It's like, yeah, man, Biden's doing this whole diversity thing, man. Like, and those people can't even run a Baskin Robbins. And I'm like, Joe, what about the policies of those people? Though? Like, I understand the diversity hire shit is kind of stupid, but like, if they're doing
it's not
good,
though. It's not. It's been
they're good.
They've been doing
like,
DEI for fucking decades.
I understand, but hiring for diversity for no reason is
it's not no reason. It's not no reason, dude. No. Hold on.
No,
we gotta put this.
I agree with you.
Okay,
but even along his train of thought is like, but what are they doing, Joe? It doesn't matter who's diverse or not. What's happening? What's coming out of their policies? If the cabinet's doing good shit, you shouldn't care. You just be like, all right, this is a good cabinet. They're doing good things. Whatever.
Well, they're not doing good things for rich people. But
that's the thing.
Hold on. There's a lot of people that see. This is the thing. Like, I feel like I just want to put this out there because there will be people who think there's a problem with DEI because they're getting bad information, and it's just like this is something that's been going on for decades, and it just really all it has to do with just systemic racism. Some people don't have a leg up in life because of things that happened in the past, so they want to give other people opportunities that are just equally as qualified. That's literally all it is. And then you had fucking Charlie Kirk and other dumbass racist pieces of shit trying to act like, oh, now if I see a black pilot, I'm not sure if I'm going to be safe or not. And I'm like, you stupid dumb asshole. They're just as qualified. They just picked the black person to give the black person an opportunity. That's literally it. That's literally it. And then they're trying to act like it's something else. Like, oh, they're hiring unqualified people. They're just going to pick a random homeless black guy off the street and going to drive a train into the moon somehow or some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Hearing those arguments are insane, dude. Hearing people argue also like that. It's like, what do you, like, people are talking about like, oh, well, people that get are the most racially oppressed people right now, current socially, is black, white people. And it's like, what are you talking about?
I can't talk to people like that. I literally can't even.
What are you talking? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
If someone said that, I would literally walk away. I would immediately just walk the other direction. Like, I can't.
You don't fucking get it. We're currently under attack. It's like
there's. Oh my god! I'm glad you said that. Have you guys? I'm sorry to bring this up, guys. I'm so sorry because I know you probably haven't heard this, and you probably would have been spared. But you saying that white people are under attack made me remember that apparently Gamergate 2 is happening. Like I'm.
Oh, no, they're trying to make a game.
Oh, so you're aware? Okay, I thought maybe you were like, oh, you missed some of it, and I was like, I don't want to bring this up because
no, they're trying, and I see it, but
I know they're trying. It's
because it's.
Do you want to explain?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so it's just not. It's not the same, man. It's not the same. So there's this company called Sweet Baby Inc. I guess.
I heard Sweet Baby Inc.
Okay, so Sweet Baby Inc. is. They're like a diversity inclusion kind of narrative writing thing. They recommend. They're like
a consultation firm, basically.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So right, and then so they've been hired to with some games, and there's just some consultations, and then so all that happened was there was a Steam community group that wanted to monitor which games were using Sweet Baby Inc. And because of that, somebody, I think it was a developer, I'm not sure, somebody was trying to get that page taken down or something, saying that this is going to like be a hub for harassment, which, I mean, you can theorize that would be true, but that hadn't happened yet. So it was a thing that this was kind of like the smoking gun that, oh, remember what happened in Gamergate when they were all colluding together, writing all these articles shitting on like cis white people and gamers, the gamers in general, saying, oh, the age of the gamer is over and all this shit after the whole Zoe Quinn shit happened. So they're trying to act like it's the same thing when there was the problem, because there was a huge diversion that I wish I just didn't pay attention to. There were people who actually cared about journalistic integrity, ethics in gaming, because anyone who fucking grew up with that bullshit, right, playing video games, you read articles online or you subscribed to magazines, and it was just specifically about the gaming content. And it wasn't really just personal op-eds and like shit baked into like the articles. But that started happening. Shit was shifting. And so it was just like, just getting weird. Kind of calm down. But then it turned into some other shit where there's the Ethan Ralphs and people like that were actually terrorizing these fucking developers. and shitting on them and doxing them, anything that they could. And now, so those people that got targeted have PTSD, and that's all Gamergate is to them, right? And so, and it had nothing to do with any ethics, or they didn't hear any arguments from anybody reasonable. Long story short, these fucking assholes are back with their shenanigans that never cared about ethics in journalism or gaming or anything like that.
Sick.
So it's just they're trying to resurrect it, and they're using hashtags and shit. And I was like, I can't do this, man. This isn't. I'm already disappointed hearing Gamergate, like said, from the progressive lens, where they only have one kind of side of what happened. And I was like, it's just more gasoline. And I'm like, damn, dude, like is it really, like, what's really happening? Like, what, like, say in gaming, have you felt anything really happen? Like, I just feel like the shitty games are shitty, and that's it. I don't know.
Outside of like layoffs and stuff.
Right.
I don't really. Yeah, there's really not much going on.
Yeah, like anything I meant, like that would pertain to like a Sweet Baby Inc., where it was so obviously noticeable that some crazy shit was happening, because they're just probably like, I don't know, trying to find. I know they're grasping at straws. Yeah,
it's not. It doesn't really have the same. I don't know. The Sweet Baby stuff is weird, because it's weird. Just it's because they edited their website too to get rid of certain things, or it's just like they changed what their about section is. They just seem to be like a really poorly managed company. And the fact that I think whether or not it was the people at the company or not who went and tried to get that curation thing taken down, that's just really dumb, because you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
it just kind of makes things. It's a Streisand effect type situation where
1,000%.
I don't actually think there's anything to hide. Like, there's nothing wrong with people gathering a curation list of games you've worked on. I mean, you might feel like it's unfair or whatever, but like, I mean, there's nothing
nefarious.
It's not really breaking any rules. Like, it's in fact totally fine for them to do that. So for you to try and take that down, you really shot yourself in the foot.
Totally.
But a consultation company just doesn't have as much power as they think it does. Like, it's just that, like, the idea is that, oh, Sweet Baby Inc. is the company that is enforcing all these progressive politics into games. And it's like, no, developers by and large are just simply progressive.
Yeah.
Because that's just kind of how
the nature of that field.
That's the nature of that field. And it's kind of just kind of how that shakes up. And as a result of that, they go to these consultation firms. Like, they seek them out. It's not the reverse, where like they exist to facilitate a perceived need that exists in the industry, not because they are enforcing that need on them. And so it's just a complete nothing burger that people are really trying to.
They're trying so hard, because
it ain't working.
This is exactly what they have been wanting from the beginning. I was thinking about my career on YouTube, and just like a year into me being straight up full time, where I saw the writing on the wall already of things slowing down, knowing that, say, eventually the kind of content that I'm making is going to die, and that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, that's sick.
What is going on? What is
what was that? My Wi-Fi went out. Like, everything just went blank in my house for a moment. My bad.
You good? You didn't stop your recording, did you?
No, I didn't stop my recording. I'm pretty sure I didn't stop my recording, but I think everything hiccuped for a moment.
Look at your Audacity.
No, we're good. We're still at 44. My apologies, podcast. Whoa, sorry, guys. That was weird as shit.
I wonder if that'll show up in the same way.
I mean, I'll try to.
You guys are rearranged now. You guys are now rearranged on the thing as well.
Yeah. I'm in the. Yeah. It is different. That is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because I take it individually. And,
So
I got really scared because I thought it was a serious earthquake, and I started shaking a little bit. I was like, "Oh no, it's the big one," because I'm terrified.
Oh no, it's the big one.
I was like, "No," because as that happened, I heard like shifting outside my door. Like, Lily might have just went out, and I was like, "Oh no, it's an earthquake," and I started panicking, and I was just gonna sit here and cry while it happened.
Yeah. All right. Is there Jimmy Kimmel, I know, bombed apparently. I know
God, it was so bad.
I didn't see any of it.
He was like, RDJ, you used to use drugs, right? You were a drug addict, right? You used to use drugs.
Stupid cokehead
just like
freak.
RDJ just move on, dude. Like, I get it. I was a young drug addict. I get it. Now I'm doing better than you ever do.
Yeah, I mean, he's making infinity $billion from fucking like one Marvel film alone. Like that guy's fucking set.
He finally got his Oscar too. He deserved. He's a great actor, and he's like,
what did he get an
Oscar
for?
And Jimmy Kimmel's like supporting actor for Oppenheimer.
Oh, right. That's right. You just said that.
And he was just like, and Jimmy Kimmel, instead of being like applauding him for that, he's just like, you used to use drugs. You had a drug problem once. You did. It was you.
To be fair, I would have done that too. I'm be honest. I'm be told.
You were a cunt.
Yes, I am. If I have the opportunity to be in front of a bunch of like the most quote unquote respectable people on the planet, you know, because that's true. They're way more respected than doctors and firefighters and shit. And then
it's true, just sad. Just really fucking sad.
I would lampoon the fuck out of them, like, and it would probably be really bad. I'd probably get barely any laughs, but inside I would be laughing. Like 11-year-old me would be
inside I would be laughing.
Yeah, I think on some level, I don't know. On some level, you have to be like, well, dude, come on. You've made so much money. You're being rewarded this lifetime achievement award, basically, to get for this Oscar. You're a great actor. Everybody respects you. God forbid you take a joke.
Right.
You know, one joke. Granted, it's the same joke, which I think is really the main problem. It's just like, all right, fucking, it's like not really clever or really interesting, or it's kind of boring. I get that, and I agree with that. At the same time, it's like these are very over-respected people.
I think they're over-respected people, but I think you shouldn't outshine someone's achievement based on a stupid joke. If you made a funny joke that was funny,
though, I don't think it does.
That was funny, you know. Like
it only outshines it if you let it in that case, right?
Yeah, I guess
you're right.
That is on you, yeah.
You're right.
And I think the problem is the joke. Like if it was better, like if I was Jimmy Kimmel, I would have been like, hey, like you and I, like we have a lot in common. I would have like named something, and then I would have casually, you know, said that we both done blackface. You know, I would have, you know, I kind of would have ran through the gamut because. He back in the day, they both did full-blown blackface. Like they got in a fucking
Jimmy Kimmel did blackface too?
Yeah, so he did Karl Malone. Jimmy Kimmel did Karl Malone. Look it up, man.
That is crazy. Yeah, that video is wild.
What's crazy is that Jimmy Kimmel's not funny at all. So that must have been agonizing to watch. That's what makes it so much worse, because he's not funny.
He's whatever to
That's
me.
why
I don't really have I only have. And to be fair, I think it's also kind of fucked up of me to find it cringe that because he was like when he would cry a lot by doing his monologues when we'd be talking about like gun violence and stuff, which, you know, when you think about it from a human perspective, it's like, oh yeah, like it makes sense to maybe cry at that, hearing kids getting shot all the time, and that can be easily fixable and stuff. So maybe he actually is sad, but for some reason, I guess since he's not numb to it like most of us, maybe that's why it comes off as cringe. So like,
also, he has kids. That's why it's a different thing. He has children. Having children that like changes that fucking mentality, because we don't have to worry about that shit right now.
I wish that were true, because there's motherfuckers that like, there are people that care about their guns more than their kids, and they're like,
no. I understand, but he's anti-guns, right? Yeah. He's anti-guns and he has kids.
Yeah, from his perspective.
So I feel like if we have kids, I think it's gonna be a different thing. Like with the school shootings, because imagine how you like a parent would feel after standing like as a parent.
No, you're right.
It's probably like a real terror. You know,
I've thought about like private schools for that very reason. But I was like, if I grow up, that shit probably ain't gonna happen in Cali. It's usually in the same areas. It happens in areas that you expect it to happen. So that's why I'm kind of like,
that's all you got to say. That's all you got to say. It happens in certain places that often aren't inner cities for some reason.
And just
that's all I got to say. That's all
and have very, you know, their laws, their gun laws are kind of like, that's it. Like you go in the store. It's like, I was going to see how easy, I'm in Vegas now. I was going to see how easy it is before I moved back. I was like, let me see how easy it is to buy a gun. Like, cause I know they're in California, it's not that hard. It's just, you fill out some paperwork, a little waiting period, background check. Okay, you get your gun. But here I was like, oh, I wonder cause I don't know. I really don't know. And I was like, let me walk in the store, and I see motherfuckers walking out with several guns the last time I was around there. Cause it's right by the Albertsons that I go to every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll see motherfuckers walking out with I'm like, are you going to war, sir? Like they're just fucking, and then like, oh, let me help you out with that. You know, and there's like guy has like 6 guns on his fucking belt. Like, dude, this is.
I want
don't know
to
what
buy
these
a
guys
gun.
are
Really,
doing.
I want to go buy a gun because there's a gun store right by my house, and I want to go buy one. But Lily's like, we can't have one in the house, and I was like, oh man, I wouldn't mind just having a gun.
I mean,
but I want like a fucking deagle. I want like a fucking like an old western like iron, like a gun that's bigger than my head.
I want a
so
Luger.
Like,
after watching Band of Brothers, I want a Luger, man. I really want a Luger. I was just like, because they just kept going on and on about like getting one as a souvenir. And this one dude fucking killed himself on accident by shot his artery in his leg, his main artery. When he got it, put it in his pants, and then he shot himself and he died. And I'm like, that sucks.
Dying from a leg wound must be fucking embarrassing,
right?
That's embarrassing as hell.
That's a good parting shot, bro.
Like that nigga, like he got you from the grave, dude. He was like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
How do you say stupid in German? Let me see.
I have no idea.
I know no German, dude. That's the language that is.
I know words because of listening to a little bit of Rammstein.
Yeah. You know what stupid is in German?
What is it?
Dumb.
How do you
stupid in German is dumb. DUMM.
Oh, that's funny. I like
dumb,
that.
Stupid, dumb.
So that's where that is. You know, our English is like fucking Latin and this bullshit Anglo-German shit. So it makes sense.
The fact that it's dumb is hilarious. That is so funny.
Right. Should we move on to questions?
Yeah,
because I don't think anything else happened really.
Dumm.
Even doof.
Sie ist der hellste Sternwanderin.
Gears X Warrior wrote and he says, "What's up? Quick question. Since you guys do 2 episodes a week, is having a Dark Tank episode a week possible? Chris should still be in those episodes, but he would have to be in black Sambo blackface to maintain the image of it being the Dark Tank.
Sure.
I'm not going to wear blackface twice.
Chris, why not?
4 times
why not?
Fucking month? No, I'm not going to do that.
Why don't you do blackface 1 time?
Because it's too much work.
If we get to tell you what. If we get to 10,000 patrons, we'll do it.
Yeah, get us to 10,000 patrons, and then we'll do an episode in blackface.
Spread the word.
You're gonna regret those words, Chris. You're gonna regret those words, Chris.
I mean, I would be fucking jaw dropped. 10,000 is fucking like an absurd level of like to just like it would. It's I think I feel like what would happen is we'd get to like 9,780 something, and they just wouldn't get. And then it's like, I'm sorry. Sorry,
yeah. Supposed to be like, I'm sorry, man. I have a very solid number, man. I know my worth. I know my worth. I can't go any lower than this, guys. My bad.
Yeah.
I can't go any lower than this.
It's like, Chris, please just do blackface once. Come on. If you do think of it like this: the people that you'll draw to the podcast doing blackface will probably put us over 10K.
That is true. The people that like that shit do have deep pockets. Yeah. They have very deep pockets.
The people that like that should have deep.
That is true. Well, they don't, but they think they do.
Yeah, they just waste all their money
in
on
trailer
dumb
park.
shit.
They're giving all their fucking life savings to fucking
to the richest people.
It's fucking so wild.
Shit. I need to fund your defense, Trump. We go get you off, buddy. And oh damn, I just got evicted.
Like, God damn, they took my seat from me.
Oh man,
I love the those people. They're fun.
I don't. Hope you guys get eaten. Hope you guys get devoured.
Just one thing. Just one thing here from Brian. Brian Siret says, "Hey guys, longtime listener, and just recently subbed to the Patreon. Welcome.
Thank you."
Thank you.
Thank you, my nigga.
Been working my way through the backlog of extra ammos, and it's been a blast. Been reflecting on the passing of Legend of Akira Toriyama, and had a realization that the 2 biggest voices of my childhood are no longer with us: Toriyama and Chester Bennington.
Oh wow!
2 completely disparate voices that by right should have never been so closely connected. Yet here I am watching Vegeta tribute Linkin Park Numb videos, reminiscing about simpler times. Don't really have a question and such. Just thinking about the good old days of middle school. Thank you guys for your great work, and remember to throw on a horrible AMV in tribute to our fallen heroes. That is
right.
True. Like that anime was like really intertwined with that entire. I totally forgot about all the. Well, not totally, but like I haven't thought about that in a while. Like the Linkin Park,
damn
AMVs.
AMVs were too frequent, bro. I would just want to watch a regular anime fight, and it'd be AMVs all over the place back in the day, and it would annoy me to fucking no end.
It was like Sasuke versus
anime characters fight. That's it.
Yeah, it would be like Gaara versus Lee, and it'd be like 3 Days Grace.
I'm like, no, I'm not here for that.
Animal I've become.
Fight.
Yeah,
it used to trigger me, bro.
I'll figure it out.
What I've done. And then
molest myself. Yeah, that's a good one.
Molest yourself.
I love that that's completely intertwined with Transformers now, by the way. Like, whenever I hear what I've done, I think of the smash cut to the credits.
Totally.
Dude, it was so well done, though. People shit on it, but that shit was really well done, man.
I think people are fucking... I don't understand. Okay, I'm a Transformers fan, all right? I grew up on that shit like hardcore. And the only criticism I had was like, oh, show a little less humans. That's it. Because I was like, what else did you want from that fucking movie? No, seriously.
1 and 2 were good, man. The first 2 of them were good movies. I enjoyed them.
Like after, I didn't care about the other ones. I didn't care about the other ones. I like the ones with Sam Witwicky. I like those in Megan Fox. Like, I remember when she's like by the car or something, and I'm like, yeah. Like there's I was like, yeah, that's a good scene. That's I like that.
Chris doesn't think Megan Fox is attractive for some reason, which is insane to me.
That is, I understand her not like being your favorite or something, but if you don't find her attractive, I think that is strange.
I just think she's very generic. Like, she's a very generic looking person to me.
That's a weird.
I think extremely aesthetically generic.
Pleasing. I just think that like generic to me is like there are people you see and like that is an average looking person, and then there's people that are like
average. No, but average is not necessarily generic to me, though. When I think about it, when I think about generic, I think about generic in the context of attractive people. You know what I mean? Like, as far as like, this is a person that you would see in like on a magazine cover in like Grand Theft Auto, and it's like, okay, you know, it would be like if you told an AI think of an attractive, like make an attractive woman, and it's like, yeah,
I think that's the case because it's after her. Like, that aesthetic became very popular with like very striking eyes and like fair, like sort of tan skin was after her. Every girl after her started looking like that. Because at the time, she was the only girl who really looked like that for most people. So, oh, she's really attractive. And I was like, oh yeah, she's pretty attractive, but she's not like when I think of average, I think of Selena Gomez. I think Selena Gomez is the most average person with a Hispanic color scheme.
Yeah, average.
Like, make this Selena average Gomez. Person Hispanic.
What's Zendaya? I think Zendaya is not like some fucking phenomenal bombshell of like aesthetics. It's just, oh, she's cute and she's famous.
Yeah.
So, but like when I see Megan, I like it's to me, it's all about symmetry. It's all about like it's about because that's really what like we value in the most attractive people is like, wow, the symmetry of their face, the jaw, the proportion.
I don't know.
I'm not even thinking of that.
I just like distinct looking. I like distinct looking people to me. I think, and
I know what you mean.
For her, she just looks like. I honestly, there was a period in time only through osmosis did I even figure out how to tell her apart. But like, if you stood Megan Fox in like a lineup of models, there was a long period of time where like there was no fucking way I was going to be able to tell you who she was. And that's kind of, to me, what's bland and boring and not exciting about her. It's just like she would melt into the background of every scene that she was in, to me.
Yeah,
because even just like the way that they would sexualize her in movies, it's like this is generic. The way they're doing this, it's like I've seen this a million times in like music videos and shit. Like she's leaning over the car with soap, and it's like, all right, fucking,
it works.
Whatever,
it works.
You know? Yeah, I'm sure it works. It works, but like I don't know.
I understand you need more. Like, but like
I find Zendaya more attractive than Megan Fox.
Yeah,
purely because she's more distinct.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, but it's just objectively that's not true though. You know, like in a subjectivity, but if we're doing like say a consensus of what I feel like
that's way too subjective. I feel like you can't say objectively. I think
subjectively. When we're doing a consensus of what attractiveness is, then we're talking about objectivity. So
well, objectively, no one's attractive
because a lot of people think Zendaya because she is objectively a very attractive girl.
Right? You're not hearing what I just said though. Like said, if we're doing consensus of what attractive is, so when we're using a consensus, like this is what most people agree on. So we just kind of we make objectivity applicable to that, and we don't mean literally every person because that is an impossibility. That is never going to happen. So objectivity has to mean something at some point, and we're using just consensus. And so it's like, all right.
So would you say on an objective line, you think Megan Fox is more attractive than Zendaya?
Yes, of course.
Is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
I disagree entirely. Actually. I in fact can wager. I know people will disagree with you, especially now.
It's like you're not listening to anything that I'm saying. It's like if we're talking about consensus, if we're talking about we take a poll of, let's just say it was possible to take a poll of every male on Earth, the overwhelming majority of men are going to say Megan Fox is more attractive than Zendaya. Like,
I disagree.
You're doing it from a subjective lens, and because you're not understanding what people find what is attractive. Like I feel like
I understand what you're saying.
Well, that's the whole point.
I still disagree with you. I disagree with you. I understand the argument you're making
means nothing to this argument. You understand?
I understand. I get that, but you're talking too
right now.
You're talking too like staunch. You're like, oh, I would say if we did this, because I think everything that makes Megan Fox attractive just about Zendaya has.
She's saying
but she is a multi-ethnic person, which more people usually do just find attractive. So I'm nearly positive that people would probably say, especially in modern, especially like, cause maybe back when we were younger.
Positive. That is insane. That is
back when we were younger. I could say people would say Megan Fox.
You know how I
100%.
know that is so incorrect, because there are so many. The standard of beauty in the beauty industry look like Megan Fox. That is the standard.
Not only her anymore.
That's not the fucking point. Do you hear what you're saying? There are more people that are catering to people that look like her because they're acknowledging that other women are very beautiful as well. But there is a standard that you're not understanding, that of what people look to. It's like, say, there's a standard of what people consider strong. There's a specific type of physiology that people will look to. If you line up a group of people, they're going to pick the one. And that is literally all I'm talking about. That is all I'm saying.
Correct.
So
Derek, what I'm saying is, saying like right now, right? Like if we take out like most of the highest working models in the currently world, right? The women that people are, that's their job, is to be a beautiful, attractive people. A lot of them are objectively mixed heritage, light colored hair,
sir, what is
tall,
your argument?
thin women that look similar to Zendaya, literally.
Yeah, but what is your argument, though? I don't understand what you're trying to do.
So when it comes to you saying, like, people would say, oh, attractiveness, people would say it's, like, Megan Fox. I think maybe at a period of time that we lived through, it might have been that, but I don't think it is that now.
I think it is still that overwhelmingly.
I heavily disagree.
If you look
I heavily disagree,
dude. Okay, so I think you're doing this from a subjective lens of people that you find attractive and who you're paying attention to.
No. I find Megan Fox more attractive than Zendaya, because I remember Zendaya from Shake It Up, and I'm like, oh, that's still a kid. Well, that's not my exact attractive type, but
I'm not sure where you're arguing from then.
Because I'm just looking, I look at like the modeling shit I've watched. Like I watch modeling shows and I listen to people that are younger talk about the most beautiful women ever, and Zendaya's often put up there with like the prettiest girls ever.
That is not evidence of, that is anecdotal evidence of like a handful of
people. It is anecdotal. It is anecdotal.
The people who are still on the top of the industry, who are considered the most beautiful. And look, this can even be contributed to some other shit that I'm not even trying to get into, like when you talk about like white supremacy or whatever, blah 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 blah.
Oh no, and I agree with that as well. But like, too.
I don't even. But it's still just the standard. It's just like I try to give you an example of, say, when you talk about muscles and what people think. If there is just a standard, that is not what. There's a lot of women out there that would prefer dad bods over, like, say, that standard fucking jacked man. But that is not the fucking standard, the dad bod. This, because even though it's way more popular now, it's just one of those things where it feels like a false perception. Like, say how the chuds are losing their minds thinking that everyone's trans now, when it's like still fucking no percent of, it's barely anybody in the population. where it just feels like, because they've heard more stories and now it's being covered more, they think that there's some massive thing like Matt Walsh going on Joe Rogan's podcast and saying millions of kids are transitioning or taking these hormone things, and it was like under 5,000 in like 5 years or something.
They looked it up. They looked it up right there too.
Yeah.
He said that statement. They looked it up right there. He looked like
the fact that piece of shit
idiot.
made a documentary.
He looked like an idiot.
He made a documentary and somehow didn't have any of that information. I'm like, this nigga can we just savagely beat this guy? Like, please? Can we just fucking like all come together as like a nation and just like, you know, you see the Warriors. You see the Warriors when they fucking that dude they said he shot Cyrus, and they just elbowed him to death. They just fucking elbowed him to death. I was like, can we? I think we can all agree.
All in all, with your statement, Derek, I do agree that I think that I would just say once upon a time, I think your statement was more concrete, set in stone. I don't think it's exactly as powerful of a statement in the current age.
It's probably not as powerful. I still think it's the standard. Yeah. But even though subjectively,
I would
she's
say,
not my favorite. Oh, what you got?
I would say potentially that based on sheer global, if we're talking about like global, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I wouldn't be surprised if Zendaya was more conventionally attractive to more people, like almost overwhelmingly on the planet now, specifically because Latin America exists, South America exists, you know, fucking. I do feel like even in China and India and like all these places where it's like, I do think that there is probably like a bit more of a. I feel like people generally, majority wise, would probably lean towards Zendaya today.
See why?
Because I think for a period of time for us, we lived in a time where she was that girl, you know, and I think now Zendaya is that girl.
So why? This is why I don't think that's like, if you don't know who Zendaya is, I don't think the average person's finding her attractive. To be honest, I just don't think, because I think like there's so many people. I know. All right.
Well, we're going in circles.
Well, we're not going. So we didn't even touch that. We didn't even touch that subject. But also, like, the subject of saying that if she wasn't famous. Because one thing that, like, say, if I literally found a girl on the street that looked like Zendaya with no makeup on, and I'm like, hey, what do you think of this? You'd be like, oh, she's cute. But you wouldn't be like, oh, man, she's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, but you could do, yeah, I know, yeah, but that's most of these people.
There's a lot of,
like, I mean,
that is, I wouldn't say that's necessarily true, because I could bring it back to aesthetics with, like, say, having these, what people call in the symmetry, like, oh, the features on her face, they're so aesthetically pleasing. That's what people find as a standard of beauty. And like I said, I didn't really want to get into it, but it's just like, say, the white supremacists like stink on it, that like most cultures around the world, even brown people around the world, strive to be like, lighten their skin, have thinner, narrow noses. This is what the standard of what they shoot for. This is still a thing. And like I said, I didn't really want to talk about it, but I just from knowing that and what cultures strive for all over the world still to this day, with the exception of an ass, right? Because like Kim Kardashian kind of changed that.
But what makes this is what confuses me, right? Like, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I get it. You're right. But at the same time, African, like, black features, literally, like, someone that looks like her is what everyone strives to look like, is the kind of facial features and the skin tone and the jaw features of Zendaya, because for always people have been copying like what black people. That's why people think Beyonce's beautiful. Beyonce is appealing on a scale to every kind of person because she combines the black and white traits of people.
I still think like I know what you're saying as far as like
I agree. I'm not going to argue too much more about it, right. But there's a lot of nuance in that conversation. I do agree with.
No, I don't disagree with what you're saying, that like that, because I think at some point that shit's going to completely come to an end. I think it hasn't yet. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it. I think like I just think it hasn't ended yet. But and just for the record, like, I don't think I like big noses, for example. Like, I like ethnically looking women. I like I dated this Greek woman with a giant schnoz. I've dated people with wide, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like feature, but it's just, at the end of the day, I don't care. If you're hot, you're hot. That's all. It doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't matter. It's like everybody, like, a lot of people are hot in their own ways. That's why I'm not even trying to say like I don't think Zendaya is not hot. I just think that when we're talking about, you know, like the bullshit, but whatever. No, whatever. It's a productive conversation, I think. You know, fucking objectifying bitches.
I like critiquing women. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Objectifying
Why
hoes.
Jello wrote in. He says, not a question, but I audibly said, shut the fuck up, Kingston, when he tried to go into his I don't understand haters thing.
I don't, man. I think hating someone is a crazy thing.
You do.
I disliking is one thing, but like really, really hating someone is wild. That guy probably doesn't love anybody or doesn't have anyone loves him. That's why he probably said that.
All right.
That was his name, right? Wait, that was the.
Yeah, no, his name is Y Jello.
Oh, what? He was White Joe. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Now,
White Jello, I'm sorry.
Dig through the semen and burn through the women and slam in the back of my ass. Then come slob zombie.
Slob zombie. Not
That's
bad.
nice.
Not bad.
It says, what's up? Correct, less correct, and more correct. First time I've subbed, but I've watched your guys' content for almost 10 years. It's crazy.
Wow.
I've
barely
always,
giving us money
I'm
now,
always,
nigga. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what the hell? Freeloader. I'm always behind on episodes and listened to the one where Derek was talking about the band Death, and it was cool to hear about an obscure band that I know. I found them in a lot of music I listened to because of YouTube, Spotify, and the Spotify algorithms. It's weird knowing how most people in the past found their music through organic means, but now I almost exclusively find it through what is this? Discover Weekly and similar recommended artists of what I listen to. Hope to hear this read in a month or two. Well, here's the thing. I wanted to read this specifically because it's good concept, right? But there's no question. And it ended with, I hope to hear this read in a month or two, as if there's like some kind of like there's like a vague passive aggressiveness there.
Of
like
course,
it's very slight.
absolutely.
It's like 3%. But it's gotta be questions. I threw you a bone here.
Look,
because it seemed like you really wanted to be read. But questions
be fair, Chris,
are typically important. What?
If
We're running low on them,
if they asked us to comment on something, wouldn't that be acceptable?
I guess, yeah.
Now,
but
to be fair to you, he didn't also. There was no command either.
Yeah, I guess to me, I don't know. Like, it is strange to me, but I don't know. I remember getting music organically. Like, I remember people handing me CDs and stuff. Like, so I remember that time. So this is not. It's not weird to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
It's
but
strange.
I guess to him, yeah, like he's he's a younger lad. I'm assuming.
I would have to assume.
So to get stuff like that recommended, I've thought about this just recently that I don't discover music that much anymore because I don't really use I know there's like a radio feature on Spotify, like it'll do recommended artists, but the thing is the algorithm's so shit that it just keeps playing shit that I already know or things that I've already listened to recently. Like I'll use Spotify DJ every once in a while to see if it'll curate something cool. It's the same fucking shit every single time. It'd be like sometimes because, and this is I notice artists have to deal with this, and maybe you want to do a separate account, but you want to listen to your shit on Spotify. You know, it's posted on there. You'll listen to it. You're checking it out. How's it sound on there? It's good or cool. And then all of a sudden they'll be like, "Hey, yo, I'm the DJ. Fucking here's the one from Derek Blackman." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding?" Like, it doesn't know it's me though. It doesn't know that I'm listening to my own shit. And I'm like, bro, that is fucking.
How's it going? It's me, your DJ.
Dude, it literally sounds like fucking.
Let me top you
Ice-T.
off. Yeah, it does. It really does. It's like let me top you off with a little bit of Derek Blackman.
Literally, and I was like, I get upset. I'm like, I don't want to. Who wants to hear their own music?
It feels a little. I don't know. Look, I don't know if it's weird to anybody else, but I do think it's a little bit weird that that they gave this AI like a very slight black scent.
Totally.
I think it's
so
a little
weird.
bit. I think it's a little weird that it's like very clearly a black guy. Although I guess they probably just used some guy's voice.
Yeah,
who, like,
they introduced
that might just be
it's
that's probably
based off
it,
a
right?
guy. It's based off a guy.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I remember when I first heard it, I was like, did they just invent this this like text to speech thing and made it black?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I'm some random nigga. Let's get spinning.
Hey, how's it going? I couldn't help but notice you were listening to Caramel Dancing. Here's Derek Blackman.
Dude, it's
stupid.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, it's not very good. It's the same thing over and over again. It's like, all right, we know what you listen to. Here's a little bit of Rise Against, and it's like I'll listen to Rise Against if I want to. Like, I don't need you to send me anything that this band has done,
bro.
I know it.
I think I know one of the
Damn,
playlists,
dude.
one of the segments by heart because it keeps giving it to me. It's the same thing. It's Slipknot. It is fucking a band called. And I'm not gonna go through all of it. It doesn't matter. But it's just like it's.
You know what's crazy?
It's the same beats.
My freaking radios go from like. It's like trap, like New York music, like gritty New York drug dealing music to like Mastodon to like Marvin Gaye to like Eartha Kitt.
Dude, those SpongeBob
like
trap songs
Drake.
are unironically really good.
And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Have
like
you heard
my
those?
mood, I'm trying to take a shower, have a mood, and all this music, and I'm just like, I feel so many kinds of
hold
emotions.
on. Derek,
Yeah,
you haven't heard these?
No SpongeBob trap songs. No.
Yeah, so
That
it's
shit's
this
di-
guy.
it's
this guy
good.
named Glorb, I think, is his name. But he does these songs with like it's AI, but it's AI voice changer. So I let it slide because it's like that's kind of like an impression. Whatever. Like there's voice changers. There's been voice changers forever. I'll let it slide because you're still writing this organically as a person. But like they're really well produced songs from like the SpongeBob crew basically, and like they're each rapping and like SpongeBob raps and Squidward raps and Sandy raps. And there's one that's been like fucking nailed into my head. Where it's like I don't remember what it's called though.
I see
But
Trendsetter.
there's a lot of
came
them.
out.
Trendsetter's
7 days
okay.
ago.
Like there's one. Hold on, I've had it stuck in my head for fucking ages.
Is it to the bottom?
No, it's I just popped a bean, watch my eyes grow. That one. I don't remember what the fuck it. I don't remember. I don't know what it's called though. Is it Kill Cam? There's so many of them. Why are there so many?
God, what is it?
There
8
are
million
so-
views? The bottom
Yeah.
two?
Yeah, no, it's the bottom two.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, the bottom two.
8 million views, man. What the fuck?
Wait, really? The bottom two. Yeah. Yeah, it's like really good. It's like unironically like a really well produced song, and it's got like a good hook. It's weird because I'm just like I have it on my Spotify like unironically because it's just like
funny.
it just feels good to listen to. But they're doing some weird shit over there. Most of them don't hit in my opinion, but like this one did.
That's crazy, man. Because this is. I mean, I get it. It's just like it's when I finally embraced the gay shit on my stuff, and like they do numbers. Like if you like lean into. So this is a great medium to get into. Like, oh, let's do. Now we have the AI to make it sound accurate, and now you just got to write a good hip hop track, and you'll slap the voices on your set. So it's pretty smart. It's pretty ingenious, really. You make a lot of money doing this shit.
Yeah, for sure. They're making good.
Yeah, it fucking millions of views within this past year. It's crazy, man.
Dude, it's they're really well produced. It really bothers me. It pissed me off when I first saw it because I was like, God damn it. Why is this good?
It's so good. That's the best. Meow. I sometimes that's the pro. I get to, I don't know, when things are too good. I kind of like it's just a personal thing. I just kind of get checked out after a while because I'm like, man, fuck this. I just get like,
what? You don't like good things?
I mean, like when it comes to shit like this, like when it comes to like a parody or something that's supposed to be like fun. I feel like there's when it's too good, there's a little bit of the charm. There's it's lost. It just in my opinion. Like I like when it's just a little like when it's not like I love the AI stuff when there was moments of it where it's like it's just off because it's like imperfect.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, there's something charming about that where
it's like the president's playing Counter-Strike or something. And, back when that was happening, and there would be like these little hiccups where it's like, that's not exactly Obama.
Yeah, it just made it. I don't know. It made it a little nicer. Like when it's perfect, I acknowledge I'm like that's amazing, but I also feel like, well, I guess anybody can do this now, kind of a thing. I guess I don't know. There's something,
right? Yeah,
yeah. There's something about it that I just don't appreciate.
Yeah, definitely.
As much.
I understand. I get you with that.
Yeah. But shout out to Glorb. What is Glorb anyway?
I don't know.
Wow.
All right. Panicked femboy. Did we answer? I don't know. Whatever. Panicked femboy. I don't think it was a question. I think that's why there's nothing to say about it. Because that was the music question, right?
Was it?
No.
Were we still?
Was it?
I don't know.
I mean, If
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Well, you're talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've spent. Yeah. Okay, you're good, nigga.
Yeah,
Fucking
all
shut up.
right. It says Panic Femboy resident says, hello, psychotic, misogynistic, and blind. Question today came from my road rage fantasies. You now have the ability to snap at people and make them combust with the force of 1 pound of Semtex. Assume 0 mistake or misfire allowance. How would you use or abuse this newfound power? Rats.
I would not use it at all. I would not use it at all.
Rats.
I'd blow up rats.
That's
I
pretty
would,
cool.
oh, man. I would blow up rats.
That's
Absolutely.
the start, dude. That's where you start. You start rats, man, and then you blowing up schools.
I would only go to deer, I think. I would do it to a deer for sure. I hate
I
deer.
wouldn't.
Especially if I'm like driving and I see it running
Can you can do it to like can I do it to any pickup truck that has nuts on it? Can I do that?
That's crazy.
I think I would do that one.
I guess you can, yeah.
It's a whole pickup truck blow up.
Yeah, just blow up the pickup truck. The one that have those hanging nuts from like any of those that they have the nuts on their truck. Like you're dead. You're so fucking gone, dude.
I'm not using that shit at all. I feel like if I use that shit, because I'm gonna start one place and I'm gonna have a bad day. Somebody's gonna fuck me, and I'm gonna be like, I can end you in a heartbeat. You know that? I can make you disappear, and they'll be like, where are we thinking you? This. And then there's this burnt person in front of me, and I'm like, look what I've done. I've started it. And then man, I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah, it's like heroin, right? You just now you're like, oh.
Exactly. You would get addicted to blowing people up. You could definitely get addicted to that.
Totally. You can't just have one, dude. That's just like Pringles, man. You can't just have one. You just gotta start fucking everybody up.
You can't eat one goldfish. You can't eat one. You need at least a handful of them.
That is
and
true.
You're gonna go for more after that.
That's even more true for the goldfish for sure. Like you can't. Who the fuck?
What
psychotic person just opens up the bag and just takes out one and then rolls it back up?
Delicious.
I think I would beat that person to death if I saw them do that.
I wouldn't touch them. I wouldn't touch them. I wouldn't touch them with my bare hands.
You don't deserve.
They
to
might
be
infect
alive.
me.
This
might
weird.
infect me.
They might infect you. Oh God.
Oh my! No, I'm not gonna say that. That's crazy. That's gonna sound like a terrorist thing. But yeah, next question. I don't want to.
All right. We got one more. What's up, Smash, Marry, Kill in order of appearance on the video version of the podcast? My job recently stopped allowing headphones, so I've been spending too much of my time pondering in silence. My question is, how long do you think you could last without music before wanting to eat somebody else like a zombie? Toodaloo.
Oh, music like
pretty
all
rough.
together.
I need music. I need music.
I need it specifically for working out. That is silent working out to me is so weird.
Oh, it's psychotic. Yeah,
silent cardio is insane. If you can do silent cardio, you're a psychopath.
Yeah,
you're a psychopath, or you have an imagination that is evil. I have an insane imagination,
like a child's imagination.
Like, I've imagined bright lights so bright I hurt my eyes in my imagination.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna let you have that one, but
it sounds it's more stupid than you
That's
think.
like when you got so sick you were steaming, right?
Like I was closed my eyes and I was like, imagine bright light. And I kept imagining bright light and I was like, and I opened my eyes because it was too bright. Imagining bright light.
Okay.
Exactly. I think that's schizophrenia, but
I'm glad you acknowledged it.
I think, but I don't want to think. I don't go back there. I don't. Yeah. I know it's probably there. It's probably the seeds already been planted. I just gotta wait till it takes folks hold.
I know.
Or whatever.
I know,
we don't got time for that.
That's fair. That's fair. I know the mind's powerful. I listened to a meditation thing. It was in 2012. I remember I was sleeping on a couch. I was crashing on this couch, and I was listening to this meditation thing, and I was trying to see, is it possible to bust without touching yourself? I feel like I almost got there, dude, but only that one time. I never got there. But like I feel like with the right training, so maybe it is possible for you to like you hurt your eyes or some shit. Because like I got close, man. I was trying because I've always. What a trick would that be though? Right? Wouldn't that be? Because you would be like,
just 1 second. All right, let's go.
Like I would start wearing these pants that had I would sew like a condom on the outside of them, so where I can tie my penis out, but like it's still shielded, and then just be like, all right, you guys, check this out, and then just get it hard real quick, and then like I think we get people used to nudity because I think it's kind of bullshit that people they're so afraid of genitals. So I think I don't even remember what we were supposed to.
Derek, I don't know how it went from me Me imagining so hard I've almost blinded myself to you bussing and having your dick out. Like I heard that conversation do this.
Music.
Go that way.
Music. Yeah. First of all, dude, fuck that job that you have where they're like, oh, no more headphones. So what you need to do is if you can grow hair, grow your fucking hair out, and then you can have the wireless earbuds and they won't fucking know. Yeah, because that is completely fucking unacceptable where you used to be able to have it and now no. To me, it's like, okay, torture. If they never had it, fine, because then you would never miss it, right? But the fact that they took it away, I'm like, nah, dude, we're rioting.
That's torture,
mutiny. Man. You take over the boss and you become the boss.
Mutiny. You become a fucking pirate and you take over the place.
Dress up like a pirate. Go to your office or wherever you work. Dress up like a pirate and fucking rally your fucking office your mates and then take over. And
blunderbuss him. Put a blunderbuss on his fucking cheek.
Put the keys from your fucking keyboard in that shit and then just blow his face off. That shit would be so crazy.
Just molten fucking hot fucking keys in your face.
So there's letters in his fucking face. Arr, this is my fucking office now.
Arr, you pick him up and throw him off the fucking highest banister in the place. You make him walk the deck into the street, into the highway.
Yeah, they throw him into
the
busy highway. He gets hit like 30 times. Yeah. Yeah, what a way to go. You know what, man?
What was the question?
Music. I don't imagining remember. A world without music or something, some shit like that.
Oh my god, that is it would be awesome. Fucking insane.
That's exactly what would happen if there was no music. That scenario right there would be a reality. I imagine the world going crazy.
Oh my god.
It would probably take me like a week because all I would do is listen to podcasts. And then after a while, I'd be like, all right, I can't do this anymore. I need something. I need rhythm. I need stuff. Ew, everybody would be humming and shit. And then that would really drive me crazy. Then I would really start killing people.
You don't like humming?
I don't mind humming, but like usually people that they just have no, they don't have any type of, they're not musically inclined at all. They'll be kind of just.
Yeah, I hum and I'm not musically inclined. I'm a hummer.
And I'm like, what the hell are you humming? You're just mumbling noise. You're just doing noise, and it's upsetting.
People will start mumbling. People will start mumbling more.
That like, there's a piece of my subconscious brain that is so mad right now. That's just like, that would fucking, if people were actually doing that. Damn.
Someone would get people would get assaulted. People would get hounded like zombies. Someone would get devoured.
I would be in jail fast. Like I would snap.
I would just get really sad. I think music is such an important thing for me to make me like. It makes me happy. I needed to like reset myself.
Right.
Without that, I'll just get really depressed.
Bro, I just heard a song that I haven't heard in so long. Do you remember "Beautiful Life" by Ace of Base?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful life. I haven't heard that song since I can't even remember, but it was wherever I was today. I was in some store and I was like, holy shit. I completely forgot that was even a song. And it just kind of brought back a lot of memories. It was fun.
Ace of Base. Wasn't that guy who did that? Didn't they did something strange, didn't they?
Probably.
Ace of Base.
Let me see what Ace of Ace of my dick. The base
maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
The base of my penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
European as fuck. Yeah, Swedish. I was like, they look so European.
All right. Credits?
Yes.
Oh, shit, yeah.
All right, let's read them out. Count me down.
3, 2, 1.
Miguel O'Hara's trans-masked pussy, La Tigre.
La Tigre.
Mick Jackal. I, Chris Ray-Gun, am a gay homo for real. This is not a joke. I'm not just saying it because it's the name on this gay list.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Cytherea's conjured squirt sword. When are you all coming to Australia for a show? Yeah, good luck. How do you make the names
October.
longer? It won't let me. Jack, the world's fastest Maori. Love you guys. Why did Me Too happen in 2015? Europeans just figured out bathing, and now you're complaining. What?
I didn't get the connection. I didn't get that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's incoherent.
Well,
Thank you for your money.
I'll think about it.
Forcing my cancer-riddled son to use his Make-A-Wish to get Keith David on the pod on the Snark Tank. Big Meaty Stinks. Andy, the man whose handies are STR and Dandy. Snark Tank Gang. Keith David. Jeremy coomed in my ass today. Heath's playing hundreds on Patreon to not use benefits. Amen. That's what sometimes it happens. Chris's Pergerian, anal dwelling vestigial twin, wanting him to stop eating Chipotle. I really never understood. Can I say something as well? Like I never understood the whole Taco Bell makes your stomach hurt or like Chipotle makes your stomach hurt. I don't fucking understand what people are going through.
I think these are weak people with weak bowels.
I've definitely used Taco Bell and got stomach aches before, but like
I've never even had the association ever. Like it was just like normal fast food to me. My stomach hurts more after having McDonald's.
Eating fast food in general at late times will make my stomach hurt in general, no matter what it is. I eat fast food past like 8 o'clock, I'll get a stomach ache.
The only time I felt bad is when their food was obviously something was wrong with it. Like I ate El Pollo Loco and something was wrong with their chicken one time, and it fucked me up. But besides
the worst thing for something to be wrong with.
Yeah, but besides that, I just feel like I feel like just weak bowels, man. I think some people just don't have. They talk about that shit, and I think it's like the beans or something. They can't handle them or something.
I don't know. People got to fucking hydrate or something. Or
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck's wrong with
literally never once was like, oh, Taco Bell, I have the shits. Oh, Chipotle. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Literally never, not once. And I've had a lot of Taco Bell. I've had a lot of Chipotle. Yugi's Millennium Puzzle as the Hellraiser Cube. Cringe gay cum. Stupid dog. I'm fucking ballin'. Homeless trans femme who comes. Aunt May gets the free toaster. Good ending. Lumbago Bussy. Nice. Lil B, the base god, asking Selma cash money for feed pics on Twitter. Dead serious. Weezer. My name is Jonas. I'm fucking your dad. SpongeBob Piss Pants. Mr. Pants. Make gay loser baby. You gay loser babies. Baller of the First Sin. Spum Befudders. And then he fucked my face. Now I'm a cum eater. Smash mouth. Nice. Oh, and now he fucked my face.
I'm a cum eater.
So dumb. H.P. Lovecraft writing a 6-page long, in-depth description of ethnic horror known as Tom Sweeney.
Damn.
Jolly old dipshit. Down atrocious for lean beef patty. The real Souls boss is my crumbling nervous system. Topher, laser pistol.
Patty, shout out.
Cypher Graph. If Chun-Li had a penis, I would suck it vigorously. Goku, Chohan, and Nigolo team up to fight Furza. I don't get that.
Don't hurt yourself. Don't worry about it.
Few times I've been inside that crack, so I'm not just going to pull out that fast. No, I ain't attracted to girls. So dumb. Fucking Hollaback Girl. It's pretty good. I haven't thought about that song in a really long time, so that song really transports me back to that time in a way that, like, because I think if you listen to a song, if a song is timeless in such a way that it comes on like constantly, where like you're listening to it throughout the years, it kind of has less of a nostalgic vibe to it.
Right.
But that song I haven't listened to probably since like 2007, 2006.
That brings me back to Suicide, because every time I listened to it, I was like, man, I want to kill myself.
There ain't no Hollaback Girl. Used to fuck me in my asshole. Drake, Hotline Bling. Lily drinking a fat glass of piss at 2 a.m. Near Toriyama. I'm freaking isekai'd into the Snark cinematic universe. It's true.
Yeah.
Running Rab, Lily's piss dealer, back to tank of cum, Caucasian container, the cracker barrel for gays, Donald Trump burping on Dom's clit, Super Earth is now just regular Earth without Israel. Jeez.
Oh, whoa.
That's crazy.
Either that or it's all Israel. It's like it's really neither. It's either of those. It's definitely not the world as it is with Israel.
Yeah.
Certainly not. It's either they're gone or they're everywhere.
That's crazy.
Marty O'Donnell's running for Congress as a Republican and went on Fox News praising Trump. She Pipkin on my Pippa. I still haven't seen that clip, by the way. I don't know if that's real. Possum is the only empathetic person from Long Island. Hey, little girl. Is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? I've got a bad desire. Ooh, I'm a file. That's basically a real song too, which is crazy. That's Springsteen, basically.
Very cool.
Spirit Box, more like Spirit Cox. I have a perfectly good PC, but he's still calling his new PS5 a Helldivers machine, and we're gonna lose the farm. Help. Just the hard R. Star Coffee. So Irish. My Gramps is buried with a sniper rifle. Gay Blade. I like Dick. Ghost Whisperer. Jennifer Love Hewitt versus Client List JLH. My son froze to death in the wastes of Ohio by going homeless to pay you fucks, and now this is his memorial. Rip John. Transfem Gremlin exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million rods of ionizing radiation. You should not Vinpen. Craig the Canadian. Food porn is peak porn. Anyone who disagrees is an asexual piss drinker. It's your boy Shawnee D. And Hunters are dominating the Guardian games right now, while Titans are getting gangbanged by Warlocks. I want a cock. I want two cocks by Twisted Sisters. Oh, I want to rock. I get it. Yeah. I live in Philly, and everything you guys said is true. I once saw two homeless guys fucking near my high school. Keith David voice. You're listening awesome. To 98.3 Smooth FM, the classiest station in DC. And up next is I Can't Open My Car by Alicia No Keys. 3XO letting people know if you cannibalize Eugene Acuni, you wouldn't gain nutrients.
That's
Slurping,
crazy.
Stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Drip MH, Lord of Homeless Drip. Fuck you, Patreon. Let me put punctuation in my name. Suck my tiny hairy balls. Obi-Wan Chaplomi. Jackson Vernon, Norwegian game dev sexting like crazy. Kremlin to Gremlin. I'm a big boy. I'm a big bear, fellas. I'm a lion. I'm gonna steal your bones to give the Covenant back their cum. Come on, boys. You won't shake a poor N-word's hand. Avi, T-Boy, Joe Biden's boy pussy, DMX, Slippin' Tune. Ayo, I'm sucking, I'm fucking, I can't let up. Ayo, I'm sucking, I'm fucking, I can't let up. Wage Slave 583, a sad guy from Michigan. Also, maybe some of you masturbating. Also, one with your ass in it, maybe the butthole showing. The Papini brothers hold Derek's engraved glasses, Chris's audio remote, and Sweeney's foreskin for ransom. Donkerson, that bastard Curtis the Frog. Installing a faulty Neuralink in Chris's head to place Thunder on repeat. You got to pay the troll souls again. The boys hold. Gate 6. Butterfly by Crazy Town. Come my matey. Come my matey. You're my bussy gal. You're my bussy guy. Drinking babies.
Babies. Damn.
It's pretty crazy.
That's not bad.
Thirsty.
That's not bad. He was looking for some
thirsty.
cum with his finger. He was looking for some cum with his finger in my bum in the shape of an L in my colon. That's pretty funny.
Do gay cockstar or whatever.
Cockstar, yeah.
Hey now, I'm a cockstar.
That's not it, but yeah.
Suck his dick off. I'm gay. Something like that.
You know, I like cock hard.
On
your feet, soldier. We are leaving. Yellow by Coldplay, but it's about Lily drinking piss. Help, fuck.
You guys
An evil lesbian, Home Alone
her.
6. I'm not doing anything. Home Alone 6 and Enter the Homeverse. Want cock, addicted to the foreskin. Twink bud, doing gonna come in. Can't stop by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Help. I've got demons in my brain. John Strickland. Finally got a mason jar big enough to fit the Chris Rig on YouTube's. Merck's 1889 dated a drooler, so she'd spit shine in my sack. And the first Church of Keith David featuring crippling Lisdexia. Second Church of Keith David featuring being better than the first Church of Keith David. Pre-Rise, Blake 896, Genderbend, Chris, Sween, and Derek, and make them Fuda. Getting laid for mispronouncing that one African country, Little Dick
like
Rag.
a handful of Fuda things on here.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a little futanari.
Lost my job at Kohl's because they caught me playing with the mannequin's boobs. Alaskan No Feels Trash, Texas Tater Salad, Chris Give Me a Burp Fetish, Sue Hulk, Tickle My Ass Hairs, Nikki Ziggy, Kingston's Dad, a cum-crusted sock is great for spreading butter on toast. Wicket 909, Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Duck Hunt, The Vegan, Necromancer, I Got Consent, Aetherian, Brogian, Punter, Melphus won the angriest crowd, enjoying the view from the Dealey Plaza on the 6th floor, and is always rounding out our list, the King of Haphazard.
Woo!
Look at that.
My piss is gold.
When my piss is gone, I drink water to get more piss, and then I piss some more. He sings really well in that song.
My piss too. He sounds way too British for me to enjoy it. And it was
Really? He sounds
yellow.
good, though.
Look at this piss. The piss is guzzling for you. I'll drink your pee-pee too. Something like
He
that.
sounds good.
Ooh,
You sound good too, man. You sound like it's good.
I don't know what's happening.
You know my business gold.
You know the dude that plays Grey Worm from Lord not Lord of the Rings, Grey Worm from
the Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yes, he's a singer.
He sings,
and he's really good.
How does he sing?
He's
with
like
that,
way
with
better
no
than
penis?
he's right to be, huh?
How does he sing with no dick?
He's not a eunuch in real life.